In 1969, Randy and Audrey Collins decided Randy would quit his Chrysler Canada job as a pipe fitter and move their young family 200 miles north to farm in Huron County. With the extreme Huron County winters, they were introduced to snowmobiles and saw an opportunity first for renting them and later to sell them. With the success of their sales and service business, they soon realized their passion for retail and sold their Holstein Friesian herd. A London Roadrunners Enduro race was hosted at the farm and introduced motorcycles to Hully Gully. As the children grew, they became an active part of the business. Chuck taught both young and old how to ride motorcycles, while Becky and Gord served coffee and food to snowmobilers on the local trail system. A top-quality motocross track was built and offered programs for both amateurs and professionals. This facility grew to become one of the top spectator tracks in the country, hosting the 1983 Canadian Motocross Championship, televised by CTV. What was once the home to 45 head of cattle was now number 1 in Canada for Arctic Cat snowmobiles and Honda ATVs. In 1986, a second location was opened in London, adding marine products to the lineup. 2 years later, the original farm was closed and Hully Gully Automobiles was born, which became one of the top Saturn retailers in Canada. As Saturn grew, they required more space, so Hully Gully was relocated to Warrencliffe and Wonderland. While they expected a large increase in sales, the growth exceeded expectations, tripling sales within 1 year. The new store quickly became a destination to enthusiasts, and in 2005 earned Hully Gully the Dealer News Top 100 Grand Prize for North American powersport dealers. The next expansion saw a Suzuki Auto and Recreation dealership, opened in 2006 next door to Hully Gully. With GM's end to the Saturn brand came the opportunity to relocate the Suzuki Automobile division and open up Ultimate Marine. This further enhanced the Ultimate Advocate program, a rewards loyalty program that links all companies. Staying true to their roots, the Collins family continues to follow one of their key corporate values of giving back to the community. From the Easter Seals snowmobile rides in the 70s, to the Salvation Army Christmas Miracle campaigns, from the 12 Saturn playgrounds to food bank drives at the Ultimate Drive-In reunions, and the fall color rides for the Children's Hospital. The family's 2010 environmental initiative was the change to induction lighting, which had the equivalent of saving over 18,000 gallons of gasoline every year. Now celebrating 40 years of turning dreams into reality, a new Varna loft was recently added to the Hully Gully showroom, with memorabilia and videos of the early days. All family members are active in the business, which now has 90 employees with gross sales of $35 million. Randy and Audrey sit on the board of governors, Gord is GM of the auto division, Becky is GM of Hully Gully, Chuck is sales manager, Greg is fixed operations manager, Amanda is in financial services, and Rachel is in customer service. All 3 granddaughters help Grandpa with radio ads. Thanks to CAFE for this opportunity and their support of family enterprises in Canada.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gilmore, 3rd generation of the Collins family. I work here at Hully Gully in the financial services department. The Collins family company follows 5 corporate values: commitment to customer enthusiasm, commitment to excel, teamwork, trust and respect for the individual, continuous improvement, and encouragement. Before anyone joins our team, they must be in agreement with these corporate values. New team members receive 4 hours of orientation training, where there they expand on our values, business philosophy, and who we really are. Sessions on teamwork, communication, customer service, and more provide a strong beginning for new staff.
Hi, my name is Becky Gilmore and I'm the General Manager of Hully Gully. First, I'd like to say thanks to CAFE for this opportunity and for their support of Family Enterprise. Over the years, we've been privileged to be members of 20 groups, whether it be Performance Incorporated with the Automotive Division or the Spader Group in the Power Sports Division. Being a member of an Industry 20 group gives us an opportunity to share best practices with our peers. Plus, each month we electronically download our financials to the company and they mail us a booklet, a composite. In that composite it shows each member's numbers versus their objectives, as well as industry benchmarks. It allows us new and fresh ideas and helps us hold each other accountable for our objectives. Ongoing communication between the meetings helps us to stay focused on our goals, and like CAFE, gives us other resources to grow and to be successful.
Well, girls, this is where it all began back in 1997, Greenway Park in London. Back then, this was just an open field. Amanda, tell us what you know about the history of the Saturn Playground.
Well, I know lots of kids in London, including myself, have had lots of safe fun here over the years.
And I especially remember my friend Emily and I volunteered at the White Oaks Playground. I like going to play at every Saturn playground Grandma takes me to.
We built most of these before you were even born, Abby. All you have to do is play.
Well, since you were either very young or weren't even thought of yet, let's get into a little bit of the history.
History, Grandpa? We were supposed to look at pictures.
Be patient, Rachel.
Here we go. The Saturn Playground has many times been called a one-day miracle for being built from the sand up in just one day. Grandma and I helped build the first Saturn Playground in one day in Franklin, Tennessee back in 1994. We worked alongside other retailers from all over North America, as well as the president of Saturn, on our hands and knees, and it was a miracle to think we completed that massive project in just one day. The feelings we experienced at the end of that day, when hundreds of happy children burst onto that playground, were impossible to put into words, as we could barely hold back the tears of joy. So you know what?
What, Grandpa?
So the next year, we started making plans to bring some of those smiles to the thousands of kids in Canada, as one of Canada's largest corporate thank yous. I had the privilege to serve on the Marketing Association that made that happen. Although this was a national event, it became the strongest right here in London, thanks to hundreds of Saturn owners, team members, neighbors, and city officials who enthusiastically worked as a team to build the playgrounds for 12 consecutive years.
That sounds like a lot of work, Grandpa.
A lot of money too, Rachel. As combined efforts of this group of customers, team members, and the city from 1997 to 2008 helped facilitate the site preparation and equipment for over $750,000 in playgrounds.
That's a lot.
Yes, Amanda, but many hands make light work. Let's look at some of them now.
Let's see the pictures.
I remember the first one at Greenway Park the best. I helped cut the ribbon with Grandma and the mayor.
Where was I?
You were there too, Rachel.
Where was I, Grandpa?
You weren't even thought of yet, Abby. Greenway was the first wheelchair-accessible playground in London, and Tammy and Timmy from Easter Seal Society were the first kids on the playground.
Other kids came by the busloads.
We had a coloring contest too. Dale's daughter, Beth Magnus, who was 8 years old at the time, won second place and now drives a Saturn View.
We wrote and sang the Saturn Playground song for the first time that year.
At Kiwanis Park, we had lots of press coverage. It really focused on the playground being born in a day.
The London firefighters had a fire engine there for the kids too.
And Uncle Tom brought the Faithfield Puppeteers.
The Prince Charles Public School choir sang, and we all had a piece of London's largest cake.
At Gibbons Park, the city officials were real star volunteers. City Councillor Bud Paulhill helped out at every playground. He teamed up with Free Press Wheels editor Claire Deere to win the Saturn Road Rally Celebrity Challenge.
We had a great group of volunteer builders and cooks at the barbecue.
Great-Grandma Kuchar and Great-Grandma Collins helped serve over 800 pieces of cake.
They did a fantastic job. Man, that was great cake.
At White Oaks Park, we had a lot of familiar faces volunteering that year.
My friend Emily and I helped bring luncheon for the volunteers.
And Grandma and Grandpa, too.
We worked till after dark to get it finished.
Circle of Friends from St. Thomas sang O Canada.
And Mary went in the dunk tank.
White Oaks was the first year for the Saturn Tuners car show. The grand opening was a huge success.
Basil Grover on Warncliffe Road marked the 10th anniversary of the Collins family building playgrounds in London.
Always made possible by all the volunteers, customers, and friends working hard and giving to others while having fun in the process.
It was a huge party with face painting and all sorts of games for the kids.
I had so much fun getting my face painted.
Centennial Park in Lambeth was the year we changed from sand to wood chips.
That's a lot of wood chips.
Yes, but many hands make light work.
We had so many great volunteers turning mud and grass into fun.
I loved the mini motorcycles and the clowns made everything fun.
Elvis and the Blues Brothers made their London debut, and they were the finishing touches to a great weekend.
And all the folks in Lambeth were so grateful for their new playground.
On behalf of all the Collins family and team members,
A big thank you to all our supporters and volunteers who've helped us over the years. Thanks again and enjoy the evening. Let's have our big I say for family fun.
1, 2, 3.
I say, family fun!